Hello everyone. Today I am explaining about comparison of NoSQL databases. Now we go through the table of contents. Introduction of NoSQL database, key value database, document oriented database, column oriented database, and graph database. And finally we compare it to the database analysis and conclusion about it. Now we go through the introduction of NoSQL database. The NoSQL stand for not only SQL, referred to category of database management system. It is used to handle store large volume of data of unstructured and semi-structured database. And key characteristics of NoSQL databases are flexible data model, and it provide high scalability and consistency to handle the big data or to handle the large volume of data. And when to consider NoSQL, like when we handle large databases, we need high flexibility schema. In that time we can consider NoSQL, and it provide high scalability and high performance, and we can handle big data and real-time analysis, and it provide graph databases. And now we go through the different types of databases. There are many types of different types of databases: key value database, document oriented database, and graph databases, and some other. And now we go through the key value databases. Key value databases, it store the data in two types of key and value pairs. And examples of key value databases are Redis, Amazon, DynamoDB. And use cases of key value databases are session management and caching and real-time analytics. And one of the advantages of key value databases are high performance and provide scalability, and it is very simple city compared to other databases. And one of the cons are limited querying, data modeling, and lack of asset transaction. And now we go through the document oriented databases. What is meant by document oriented database? It store the data in semi structured and flexible in documents like JSON, BSON, and each document can have its own structure. Examples are MongoDB and Couchbase, and use cases are content management and personalization and catalog management. One of the pros of document oriented databases are flexible schema, rich query capabilities, and horizontal scalability. And one of the disadvantages are data duplication. In this, like data, it can be duplicate, same data it can be repeat, and it provide complexity in querying. It provides some of the complexity while querying the data. And storage overload, like there are limited in capacity to store the databases. And now we go through the column oriented database. What is meant by column oriented database? It store data in column for efficient to read and write operation in large databases. It provide both operations like read the data and write operations in large volume of databases. One of the example are Apache and HBase. And use cases of column oriented databases are time series data analytics and HD querying. One of the pros of column-oriented databases are high read performance and efficient comparison and provide high scalability. And one of the cons are slower writer performance and complex data modeling and limited transaction support. It provide slower to write the data in the database, and it provide limited in transaction to translate the data from data support. And finally, we go through the graph databases. It store the data in the nodes, edges, and properties, and more efficient relationship and representation. The nodes we can consider as some of the data, and edges will it provide a relation between the nodes to compare the data. And examples are Neo4j and Amazon Neptune. Use cases are some in it can be used in some of the social network and recommendation systems and fraud detection systems. And pros of these graph databases are relationship centric data model. It provide a relation between the different types of data models and provide high flexible schema and built-in graph algorithm. And cons are scalability challenges and query complexity and performance trade-offs. Like it provide some of the query complexities by using the in this database. Now we comparative analysis of different databases. Now we can go through the data model in key value pairs. Simple it provide simple key value pairs to store the data model. And documented oriented, it is semi structured documents. In column oriented, data stores in columns. In graph, data stores in nodes, edges, and properties. Now we go through the scalability. In key value pairs, it provide high scalable. In document oriented, it provide horizontal scalability, and in column oriented, it provide horizontal scalability. And graph, it provides scalability, may very rare in some of the properties. In Now we go through the querying capabilities. It provide basic CRUD operations, like we can add, update, delete, and drop the databases. And in document oriented, rich querying capability, it provide scalable and high flexible querying capabilities. And in column oriented, optimization for analytic queries. In graph, specified querying language. Performance. In key value pairs, it provide both read and write performance. And in document oriented, it provide fast read and write performances. And in column oriented, it provide excellent for analytic queries. And in graph, performance may vary. It depends on the data models. And consistency, eventually, like strong consistency in key value pairs. And both document oriented and key value pairs, it is eventually strong consistency. In column oriented, typically eventual consistency. In graph oriented, varies, depends on the data, and it provide strong consistency. And use cases, key value pairs are used in catching session and management and real-time analytics. And document oriented are used in content management, personalization. And column oriented, like it can be used in time series data analytics and reporting. And now the graph databases are used in social networks and recommendation systems and fraud detections. These are the comparative analysis of the databases. Thank you.